Yo, what's up guys? This is Wormpal, the coach of the Stavanger Vikingvolts, and welcome to my week 4 battle against DancingJoker, who is the coach of the Salem Simians. And first of all, I just want to say I am so sorry about this being uploaded so late. The reason of that is because we battled on Sunday at 11:30 PM and I had school the day after, so that's why I didn't record. And then I told myself that I would instead do a postcom, and currently it's Friday. I just wasn't really motivated to record a postcom because I don't like them. Yeah, let's talk about the battle. He brought Gudra, Alola Ninetales, Lucario, Mew, Jellicent, and Fortress. I predicted that he would bring the Lucario, the Mew, and the Fortress, but instead of the Gudra, Alola Ninetales, and Jellicent, I thought he would instead bring Raikou, Hippowdon, and Mega Tyranitar. And I'm just really happy that he didn't bring the Hippowdon. I was really not looking forward to having to deal with that thing. But let's start the battle. I led with my Heatran because I thought that maybe let's do that again. I led with my Heatran because I thought he would maybe lead with the Fortress to set up his hazards, and then I could also set up my hazards with Heatran. But he leads with Gudra, which is a big problem to my Heatran, because I know it gets Earthquake, and that's why I switched into Cofagrigus. That thing takes the Earthquake like a boss. Here I go for Toxic Spikes, I believe, yes, because he only has 2 hazard removers on his team. And here I just set up another layer of Toxic Spikes because I know the Alola Ninetales can't really hurt me. He goes for Aurora Veil. I switch into Heatran here. Unless he has Hidden Power Ground, Heatran is probably the best wall to Alola Ninetales in the entire game. Here he switches back into his Gudra as I go for a Lava Plume, only deal 3%. Maybe I should have just set up my rocks there, but I thought maybe he would go into something like the Mew and just spin away the rocks anyways. So that's why I just wanted to get some damage off. Here I again switch back into my Cofagrigus to take the Earthquake or the Ice Beam as he goes for here. He got a crit, which did 39%, and I think this is where I made my first big mistake. If the Ice Beam had not crit, I think it would have done like 25%. So I knew that I could live 2 more Ice Beams. And then after the second Ice Beam, I could go for a Pink Split and get a lot of health back. But I just totally forgot that he would just go for another move. So here he went for Fire Blast, which does 35%. And I cannot live another one. And Shadow Ball only does 5% anyway, so I didn't really have any reason to Shadow Ball instead of Paint Split. And here instead of switching out, I actually just let my Cofagrigus go down here, which is also another mistake I made. Because even if Cofagrigus is that low, and it probably can't live a hit from anything, it's still very useful because it's a ghost type, so I can switch into the Fortress if it tries to Rapid Spin. And for another reason, which you will see very soon now, the Toxic Spikes really did good damage to the Gudra though. So here I just went Greninja and killed it with Low Kick, because Low Kick I think was my most accurate move. Now he goes Jellicent, and this is actually a very good play here by him. And then he doubles into the Lucario, takes the Dark Pulse, only takes 18% damage because he resists it, and he has Aurora Veil up. But the reason he switched into this is because he has the Justified ability, so he gets a +1 attack boost if he's hit by a Dark type move. So that was really nice play by him, baiting out the Dark Pulse. But he knows that I have low kick and that Greninja normally outspeeds Lucario, so I figured that he had to be Scarf Lucario. So and I think the only move that kills me here is a high jump kick or another fighting type move. So I switched into my Altaria here because that is the only Pokemon that can actually live a fighting type move, or maybe the Rotom. But as you can see, it does 50%. I do live another one after I Mega Evolve because I get a 20-point defense boost, and then I just roost here. And I did live there at 4%, but I believe that was actually pretty high roll because next high jump kick only did 41%. But anyways, what I did here was very risky. I just went for roost. The reason it's risky is because if he would have gotten a crit here, I think I might have just lost the game because nothing else wanted to take a high jump kick, and Lucario outspeeds my entire team. So that's the second reason why I should have kept my Cofagrigus, so I could just switch it in here. He would take half of, he would lose half his health because I'm a ghost type, and I would take no damage. But here he switches out into the fortress as I go roost, get back up to full health. I switch Heatran here. See, here he went for Rapid Spin. I could also switch Cofagrigus here if I still had it. Now he goes Mew, and I set up my Stealth Rocks. Now here I just Lava Plume to figure out what kind of Mew this was, and judging by that damage, I thought that it was a very specially defensive Mew because it did so little. So since he's a special defensive Mew, I thought I would go into one of my physical attackers here, which is Mamoswine. And this turn, probably the best thing that could have happened here did happen. He switches into the Lucario as I go for an Earthquake. I think he was probably predicting the knockoff to get the Justified boost again. But I did not use knockoff because I knew he had the Lucario in the back. And he didn't have a single resist or immunity to ground, so it was just a very free Earthquake. Deals like 40% at least to everything on his team, I think. So that was a misplay by him, just sacking the Lucario when he did so well against my team. Now he goes Jellicent. I switched into my Rotom. He also doesn't have any ground types, so this is just the freest, almost free, I don't know, the most free Volt Switch of my life as he goes into Mew. I go into my Greninja now. Now that he no longer has the Lucario, I don't need to worry about clicking Dark Pulse. And at this point, I think Greninja might actually just have swept the rest of his team. But I didn't want to take any chances with the Hydro Pump misses and stuff like that, so I switched into Heatran as he sets up his Stealth Rocks. Now he goes Jellicent, and I Lava Plume, but he doesn't know, or maybe he did know, that I have Gracium C with Solar Beam and Balloon Doom, and I get a crit here. If he was very specially defensive, the crit definitely mattered, but not really that much. It was not like a game-changing crit, because a Scald from the Jellicent wouldn't have dealt a lot of damage to my Heatran. So he goes Mew, and I switch Mamoswine only take 15% from the ice beam because I have thick fat. Here I knock off because he no longer has the Lucario. Now he switches Fortress. I knock off. I think that puts the Fortress in range of Dark Pulse from my Greninja, which is good. Here I go Heatran again. He can't really hit my Heatran with anything because Ice Beam is the only damaging move the Mew has. And here I actually really don't know why I switched out into the Greninja. Not this turn, but here, because last time I went for a Lava Plume on the Mew, it did 23%, and I do outspeed, so I could have just killed it, but for some reason I switched into my Greninja. I don't remember why. Now I Dark Pulse him, almost kills him, but it flinches him. Pretty unfortunate for him. I cannot talk English today. He switches Alolan Ninetales. I crit him with the Dark Pulse. I got a lot of hacks this game, but now as you can see, I did miss the Hydro Pump here. I just really deserved it after all the hacks I got. I did have Gunk Shot, but I chose to use Hydro Pump in case he would switch into his Fortress and just try to kill me with my own Life Orb recoil. But now that he has Veil up, I have to go Gunk Shot. But as you can see, I miss again. Great. And he just kills me with Moonblast. Not super big deal, because I have other things to deal with the Ninetales. I went Heatran here. He just sacks off his Fortress because it didn't really do much for him at this point. Now I believe he goes Mew. I thought I would kill him here with a Lava Plume, but as you can see, he lives on 1%, and just clicks Soft Boiled. So here I decided to go Mega Altaria since the Heatran can't touch the Mew. And here I started to set up Dragon Dances. Because I'm especially defensive Altaria, max HP, max special defense, so an Ice Beam from the Mew only did like max 30%. So I just started setting up as he goes into the Ninetales. Now here I don't outspeed him because I have no speed investment, and I don't kill him through the Veil. So I just went for another Dragon Dance here. And I take the Blizzard very well, or not very well, but I take it decently well because I'm especially defensive. Now that I'm +2, I do outspeed and I do kill him through the Veil with Return. He only has one Pokemon left, which is the Mew. And here I just played it safe and went for Roost. Try to keep some better differential. And I really thought here that he would freeze me with the Ice Beam, because for the last 2 weeks I have gotten frozen on something, so I really thought it would happen here, but it didn't. And now I am at the range to live 2 Ice Beams, so I just went for Return here. Turns out it is a 2-hit KO. He did not freeze me on the final Ice Beam, and that means that the Stavanger Vikingvolts just picked up their 3rd win in this league. That puts us at 3-1 with a +7 differential, I believe. Pretty good. Now I'm in 3rd place in the standings. I think if I get one more win, I should be like 90% chance to make playoffs. And there's 3 weeks left, so I'm pretty confident at the moment. But check out DancingJoker's YouTube channel. Link to it that is in this description. Let me end the video here before I say more things wrong in English. I cannot talk today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you for the week 5 battle when we are playing against Plasma and the Florida Frostlass. But until then, goodbye.